Oh my goodness, you guys, you need to sit down for this one. And I mean really sit down, grab your biggest mug of tea, maybe something stronger, and lock the door. Because what I am about to tell you is going to absolutely shatter the illusion of the saintly Duchess of Montecito once and for all. We have always known, haven't we? We have always felt in our gut that something about Meghan Markle's rise to fame didn't quite add up. The math wasn't mathing. You don't go from being a suitcase girl and a cable TV actress with a minor role to being catapulted into the inner sanctum of global royalty without a little help, or should I say a lot of help from a very specific, very shadowy machine. And that machine has a name, Soho House. And more importantly, it has a gatekeeper, Markus Anderson. Now, I know you guys are excited for more. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, we are talking about a fascination, an obsession really, that Meghan has had with this place for years. It wasn't just her favorite hangout, it was her office, her runway, and allegedly, her hunting ground. Without Markus Anderson, I am telling you right now, there is absolutely no way, zero chance, that Meghan Markle would have the level of global fame she enjoys today. He is the missing link. He is the man behind the curtain, and for years, he has been lurking in the background, the constant third wheel, the parasite attached to their hip, ensuring the plan went smoothly. But now, oh, the tables are turning. The silence is breaking, and the rumors coming out of that dark, velvet-roped world are enough to make your hair stand on end. We are hearing reports, explosive whispers from deep inside the industry that Markus Anderson might be done protecting her. This man, who started off as a waiter and clawed his way up to being the global membership director right when he met Meghan, holds the keys to the closet where all the skeletons are buried. And let's be real, if the rumors are true, it's not just a closet. It's a catacomb. The phrase working girl is being thrown around. Call girl, escort. These are the words that are bubbling up from the underground. Not my words, but the words of insiders who saw the hustle up close. They paint a picture of a woman who wasn't just a member, but a Soho House basic, who used the club as a transactional marketplace to meet high-value men. Think about it. Meghan was totally reliant on Soho House in those early days. Who paid for the travel? Who paid for the luxury accommodation in cities where she had no work? Who paid for the lifestyle she flaunted on her blog, The Tig? It certainly wasn't her suit's salary, which, let's be honest, was decent but not private jet and yacht decent. It was the network. It was the generous friends. And Markus was the broker. He was the one whose job was to find the best and brightest, or perhaps the most willing and ambitious, to populate these parties for the billionaires and the moguls. He found Meghan, and he saw a gold mine. He saw a woman who could charm, who could shapeshift, and who was willing to play the game. And now we look at the photos of her on those yachts, the photos she tried so desperately to scrub from the internet before she got that ring on her finger. She deleted the Tig for a reason, folks. You don't delete your entire life history if you have nothing to hide. You delete it to erase the evidence. But Markus? Markus allegedly kept the receipts. He kept the logs. Because that is what executives do. They keep records of who went where, who met whom, and who paid for what. And if those records ever see the light of day, if a client list actually drops, it is game over. We are talking about names that would shake the foundations of the entertainment and business worlds. We have heard the whispers about Weinstein. We have heard the terrifying connections to the Epstein circles. Not that she was directly involved in the worst of it, but that she was in the atmosphere, as they say. She was in the room. She was on the boats. And this is where it gets truly heartbreaking for the brainwashed puppet, our poor, lost Prince Harry. Sources are saying that he is absolutely devastated by these new leaks. Imagine being him. You think you met this woman by chance on a blind date, which we now know was orchestrated by Markus, and you think you saved her from a cruel world. You bought into the damsel in distress narrative. You bought into the feminist icon brand. And now you are sitting in a beige mansion in California, realizing that maybe, just maybe, you were just the biggest fish in the pond she was fishing in. You weren't the love of her life. You were the retirement plan. You were the ultimate mark. It is reported that Harry is withdrawing, spending time alone, probably replaying every moment of their courtship in his head. Did she really like Botswana? Or did she know it was your favorite place because Marcus briefed her? Did she really not know who you were, or did she have a dossier prepared by her best friend? It is a betrayal of the highest order. It is Gone Girl level manipulation. And Marcus, the man Harry probably thought was just a loyal friend, a brother, was actually the handler. He was the one pulling the strings, ensuring the asset, Megan, got to the target, Harry. And why is Marcus turning now? Why would the parasite detach from the host? Well, rumors suggest he feels erased. Look at the Netflix documentary. Look at the interviews. Megan loves to talk about herself, about her truth, but she rarely gives credit to the people who actually got her there. She has airbrushed Marcus out of the fairy tale because he doesn't fit the saintly humanitarian narrative. A shady club promoter with links to questionable billionaires doesn't look good on a royal resume. So she hid him. She treats him like a prop. And parasites, eventually, get hungry. If he feels she is cutting him loose, or if he feels the ship is sinking and he needs to cash out, what better way than to sell the story of the century? This client list that is being whispered about, it allegedly details transactions, not just money, but favors, access, introductions. It frames her friendships not as genuine connections, but as business deals. I offer charm, you offer a yacht. I offer company, you offer a role. It is the oldest profession in the world, dressed up in designer clothes and membership cards. And it makes you look at her feminism in a completely different light. How can you preach about empowering women when your entire rise was allegedly built on catering to the whims of powerful, wealthy men? It is the ultimate hypocrisy. It is a sham. Compare this to our beloved Princess Catherine. Catherine met William at university. They were students. They lived in a drafty house with friends. They shopped at the local grocery store. Her rise wasn't orchestrated by a global membership director. It was organic. It was real. She didn't have a fixer. She had a family. That is why the public loves her. That is why she has dignity. Because she has nothing to hide. There is no Soho house file on Catherine. There are no yacht photos. There's just a woman who fell in love with a man who happened to be a prince. The contrast is blinding. One is a love story, the other is a heist. And let's talk about the O-Mid-Scobie connection too, because the web gets stickier. Reports suggest he dated Marcus back in the day, so you have the mouthpiece and the fixer all in bed together, metaphorically and maybe literally, creating this protective bubble around Meghan. They spun the stories, they hid the bodies, they attacked the royal family to distract us from the truth. But you can only hold back the tide for so long. The truth is like water, it finds the cracks. And right now, the dam is breaking. If these files are exposed, if the specific names of the billionaires and businessmen come out, Meghan's brand is dust. Who will want to partner with her? Who will want to buy her jam? She will be toxic. She will be revealed not as a victim of the British press, but as a predator of the British aristocracy. She played the long game, she climbed the ladder, and she kicked everyone in the face on the way up. But she forgot one thing. The people you step on the way up are the same people you meet on the way down. And Marcus? He is waiting on the landing with a sledgehammer. I honestly think this is why we are seeing so much panic in Montecito. The rebrands, the desperate product launches, the manic smiles, it's all a distraction. She knows what is coming. She knows Marcus has the power to blow her world apart. And Harry? He is just collateral damage. He is the puppet whose strings are about to be cut. And when they are cut, he is going to collapse in a heap, realizing he gave up his family, his country, and his dignity for a mirage. You have to wonder, does King Charles know? Does Prince William know? I bet they do. The palace has intelligence. They probably vetted her and found all of this out years ago. That is probably why William told Harry to slow down. He wasn't being mean. He was trying to save his brother from a Soho house setup. He was trying to warn him that this woman wasn't who she said she was. But Harry, blinded by lust and his own white knight complex, wouldn't listen. He thought his brother was a snob, when really his brother was the only one seeing the truth. She's not a princess, Harry. She's a project. And now the project is failing. The investors, like Markus, want their return. And the audience, us, are finally seeing the blooper reel. It is tragic, really. It is a tragedy of ego. Meghan thought she was smart enough to outwit an institution that has stood for 1,000 years. She thought she could rewrite her past. But the internet is forever. And friends like Markus are only friends as long as the check's clear or the fame rubs off. I want to know what you guys think about the yacht girl rumors. Do you think it's just gossip, or is there fire where there is this much smoke? Do you think Markus Anderson is finally going to spill the beans? And if he does, what happens to Harry? Does he come crawling back to London, begging for forgiveness? Or is he too far gone? Personally, I think he is trapped. Trapped in a web of lies he didn't even spin. This story about Soho House is the key to everything. It explains the entitlement, the connections, the sudden rise, the money. It explains why she treats people like transactions, because that is the world she came from. A world where everything has a price tag, including intimacy. It is sordid, it is cheap, and it is the exact opposite of what royalty is supposed to be. Royalty is about service. Meghan is about self-service. So, buckle up, my friends. I think we are about to see the mother of all scandals. The global empathy reset won't save her from this. A jar of jam won't cover up the stench of deception. The house of cards is shaking, the wind is blowing, and Markus Anderson is holding the fan. Let me know in the comments below. Are you team expose the truth, or do you think this is all just a misunderstanding? Yeah, right. I read every single one of your comments, and you guys are the smartest detectives out there. You saw this coming miles away. Don't forget to hit that like button if you support the real dignified royals like Catherine and William, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of this unfolding drama. We're going to stay on top of this until every last secret is out in the open. Stay safe, stay sharp, and watch out for the quiet ones in the background. They are usually the ones holding the matches. See you next time. Ta-ta, and bye for now.